Chi Lo runs Chi Sustainability. She is a sustainable tourism expert. She spoke about well-being, wildlife, and tourism in the face of COVID-19 at the Happiness Roundtable 2020.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. I think one of the positive outcomes of COVID is that it's really catalyzed the localism or neolocalism movement and the community engagement, environmental sustainability, awareness, buying local, staying local, checking in on your neighbors has really helped kind of shift that mentality to a more utilitarian, greater good mindset. And I think that's also helped to build community pride and community empowerment. And hopefully that particularly true with women, and that we all know leads to greater kindness and empathy. I think it's also given an opportunity for people to appreciate really what's in front of them because we can't travel. And so we kind of we're forced to really examine what's on our doorstep and teach children about the animals, for example, that inhabit the space around them. And in an ideal world, that they would then develop an emotional bond with wildlife and with nature, and maybe take those memories with them into the future. And I think in terms of tourism and wildlife, I would like to see greater sustainability of tour operators coming out of this. So like working with local communities, helping to market community-based tourism and community tourism products, hiring local, procuring local, giving back to local. And I think that businesses that practice sustainability and holding their own supply chains accountable for being responsible and being sustainable will be rewarded for it. In terms of policy, there's definitely a need for immediate funding to relieve unemployment and loss of income. But I also would caution to not roll back any environmental protections for short-term economic gain. And then in terms of tourism policy, that DMOs and ministries can provide support for recovery, not necessarily through marketing, but through development of a sustainable tourism management plan, maybe through adherence to GSTC sustainability standards, and that funding maybe can be reallocated from marketing to planning and sustainability. I think the international community really has to work together for tangible results. They're putting that energy into real follow-through, action plans, deadlines, and living documents. And then taking these discussions and including all of those very important local stakeholder groups to really look closely at minimizing any unintended consequences. I think it would be really interesting to see a comparison between pre and post COVID happiness data, particularly in wildlife areas like Komodo. I don't know if that exists, but it would be really, really interesting to see how it's different and how we can compare before COVID to maybe during COVID, and then what happens as we come out of COVID. I think wildlife tourism can be done well, particularly packaged tourism in a commercialized way that is sustainable, that people can enjoy easily. So in order for us to do so, we have to look to ourselves and to our community, to effective leadership, to hold everybody accountable through standards, guidelines, certification, and maybe a stronger vetting of that process. I think the pandemic has really highlighted how dangerous it is for us to upset that balance between people and planet. The more we experience nature, the better we feel, the more we can increase our well-being while also deriving that certain meaningfulness from those experiences that we can take forward with us.